And we are going back again for NBA 2K14. And you see the last episode in a big close game in game number 5. The Oklahoma City Thunder take down the Golden State Warriors in game 5 in a close game by 2 points, 103 to 101, 29 points and 5 assists for Kevin Durant, 21 points for Russell Westbrook, 30 and 9 for Thabo Sefolosha, Andre Robertson 11, Serge Ibaka got 8, and the rest of the Oklahoma City Thunder. In the meantime, for the Golden State Warriors, Andre Iguodala got 25 points, Klay Thompson 22, Stephen Curry got 19 points, 13 assists, Tony Douglas 15, Harrison Barnes, David Lee 6 points, and Andrew Bogut got 4 points, and the rest of the Golden State Warriors. And the close victory now, so the Thunder up as the Thunder up lead the series 3-2 over the 7th seed Golden State Warriors. So here's the bracket right here. So far, not yet to wait for the third slot in the second round yet. The Dallas Mavericks and the Miami Heat are still wait. So now, game number 5 of the pivotal matchup in the game here at the Madison Square Garden in New York City. That could be a great one. The rivalry meets again in this game. Game number 5 now. Here at the Madison Square Garden in New York City, the Indiana Pacers led by Paul George and Danny Granger up against Carmelo Anthony and J.R. Smith of the New York Knicks, with the series is tied 2-2. For this game, not going to use the same jersey. It's like game 1 and 2, the Pacers going to use the yellow. So instead, the Pacers going to use the dark blue jersey here tonight. So for now, they're going to send in Kevin Harlan here in the Madison Square Garden in New York City, and game 4 and game 5. It's on. Anyways, let's get started. Enjoy the video. Here we go. Now.
Hello and welcome. I'm Damon Bruce here with you as we get ready for a little NBA action on 2K Sports. The first round of the NBA playoffs continue as we take you east. It's going to be the Indiana Pacers up against the New York Knicks. I'll catch up with you at halftime.
And this is what the playoffs are all about. It's 2-2, and we're in a crucial Game 5 of this first-round Eastern Conference match. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. We'll see the Indiana Pacers facing the New York Knicks. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. Someone will be keeping an eye on, Roy Hibbert.
Well, he really anchors their defense. His teammates can lean on him. They know that he's going to be in the right spot. He's so smart, so skilled. Really the complete package at the defensive end of the floor.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't also mention his supreme shot blocking. And he doesn't do it softly. He comes up with emphatic denials.
Take a look at New York. With the series tied 2 games apiece, a chance here to retake the series lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
Well, it's no secret, guys, that in this situation, the winner of Game 5 goes on to win the series the vast majority of the time. So they don't want to let this one get away from them, and they have to go out on the road and win Game 6 in hostile territory.
Yeah, must win in a Game 6 on the road. Not the position you want to be in. I agree, Steve. They like to handle business here with their fans in front of them in a more comfortable environment at home.
And so it's the Knicks getting on the board first. Granger for the 3. That's good. Granger's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
Smith against George. Anthony dishes to Smith. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
That's like a layup for him. It's wide open up there.
Well, it was an interesting game. Moments ago, I just talked to head coach Frank Vogel. What do you have to say?
I asked him what he said to his guys in the locker room, and he said, I told them the only way we can lose is if we beat ourselves. There's no way that if we play our game, there will be any other result. Certainly a lot of confidence in that.
Thanks, Doris.
Off to a nice start here. They hit all 3 from the field.
Hill kicks to George. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Anthony gets it to go.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100%. Can't do better than that.
Hill passes to Granger. George up top. Indiana moving it around. That one goes. Count. Hill's got his first 2 points.
And I like that move to the hoop. You use your speed, go around the bigger defender.
Smith off a pick from Stoudemire. Smith kicks to Felton. And the Knicks hit it in from deep.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. He's got to get more intense.
Hill against Felton. Hibbert with a screen on Felton. And then Hibbert with the dunk.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Anthony kicks to Stoudemire. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
Look at the combination of size and touch. That's why he's a great finisher down low.
And George, here we go. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll throw it to the line. So Indiana comes up with a new group on the floor. And some stats here, guys. The score breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off the six.
And Luis Scully gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
The Pacers making a change here. He's checked in.
Wow, he sure can make up for that lack of size and height because of his leaping ability.
Stevenson. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Broke out the finger roll, guys. That was kind of a stylish finish.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Freehione. Outside jumper. And the Knicks hit it in from deep.
Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about rapid fire offense early.
Mahimi defended by Bargnani. Mahimi kicks to Watson. A finger roll finish at the bucket.
These defenders are not putting up much of a fight on the interior. It's been embarrassing. That's 10 consecutive points allowed in the lane.
And that's not the kind of streak you want to have if you're playing defense.
For New York, they've gone 8 of 8. What a hot start for them. 56 seconds left to play here in the first. It's stolen by Watson. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Wide open look. And again, it's Indiana. Bargnani with the ball. Here's Freehione. Doubled by Mahimi. He feeds it to World Peace. His three-pointers off the mark. Indiana's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Yeah, what a way to wrap up that possession.
Bargnani kicks to World Peace. Banked in off the glass. World Peace has got his first points of the night. Here is Watson. He passes to Stevenson. 1 second left. Rejected by Sugar. It's a tie game in New York. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
The deciding game of round one in the East. Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls go up against the Atlanta Hawks. Live this Tuesday night.
And we're back here at Game 5 with more action about... to get underway. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Boy, a ton of threes in that first quarter. This team really lighting it up, guys.
Yeah, it's been an onslaught from downtown.
They've got Earl Watson. Martin is out there with Iman Shumpert. And it's Bargnani. And it's Hardaway in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Oh, and a jam by Granger.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, he's sensing this is a critical time in this game, guys.
And it's sent back by Mahinmi. Now here's Johnson.
Good. And he should thank the defense for those 2 points, really. Nobody paid him any mind there.
Shumpert dishes to Hardaway. Watson traps in the tray. Watson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
Outside Hill. He dishes it to Granger. Good. The assist goes to Hill. 10 points for Danny Granger.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
In low to Martin. Takes it off the glass.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
Yeah, I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
Outside Hill. Martin goes in. And count it. 2 guys with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over it.
He's a high effort guy, always looking for the offensive rebounds. He's got a skill set that coaches love to encourage.
Yeah, he's kind of like a pushover parent. You know, somebody that lets you have your way all the time. He'll give you plenty of seconds if you don't pay attention to him.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Mahinmi. And it's West in for Hill. Anthony with it. He's picked up by Hill. Anthony drives in. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Anthony's got 8 points.
Yeah, they're going to need some help there defensively. That matchup is going to be a tough one to deal with.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. And the cut by West.
The lead changes hands once again. There has been... no separation between these two teams tonight.
What an intriguing basketball game, that's for sure.
Watson gets a screen from Chandler. Watson, the pass to Chandler. Watson kicks to Anthony. Hardaway. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Hardaway's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. George working against Hardaway. Goes up on the high post. Gets it to go. 5 points in the game. New York calls timeout. They come off the loss on Friday.
Yeah, I thought their defense in that game was about as shaky as it could be. At home, you know, that kind of defense isn't going to cut it. Never mind if you're on the road.
They really looked tired to me, and I don't know if they had travel issues or if they were out too late, but something was amiss because they had no energy.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Martin. Smith comes in for Hardaway. That's Felton in for Earl Watson. And it's Granger with the jam. Clark and Steve, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
Yeah, how about that last lead change, guys? That's number 7 for the game.
Stoudemire setting the pick for Felton. Stoudemire defended by West.
That's basketball 101, guys. I mean, elementary. Use the screen to free yourself and then take it straight. To the rack.
Yeah, very nice set play for him.
Now that's using your head and using your body.
And stolen by Felton. And oh, here we go. Felton's got it. The fast break chance. Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession. And to make it into the postseason, you need a lot of versatility. Here's a look at the top rebounding shooting guards during the regular season. In the third spot, Paul George.
And these are sort of your do-it-all guys. You know, even if rebounding isn't necessarily a priority for shooting guards, it's still an important skill to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. As much as you can do to help your team, you increase your value. And you're important. The guys on this list give their team a huge boost with their ability to squeeze the opening. He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
And those could be an important 2 points, too, guys, in a close game like this one.
And just over 3.5 minutes play here in the second quarter. Back to Granger. It's Hill on the wing. Lays it up and banks it in. Hill's got his second basket of the game.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Anthony kicks to Smith. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 3 assists in the game. Back to West. Left side West. Feeds it to George. Granger outside. Shoots the 3. That is good. Granger's got 17.
He's starting to put it together now, guys. He's added 2 3-pointers after hitting 1 in the first.
And that one's good.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. The shot isn't there. They're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot. You know, offensively, his quarter has been perfect. Not a single missed shot. They got to keep riding. You know, he started out hot and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Indiana moving the ball around. Pass to George. Now the feed to Hibbert. And that is good. Hibbert's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Man, that was unreal.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not... the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
I'm with you, Kevin. You can't fault him for that. I mean, just let him go. Who cares?
Here is Watson, defended by Brignone. Watson's shot is good. And here's world peace. Here's the dish to Felton. And stolen by Hibbert. In a tight game here as we end the first half. Knicks out front. They lead by a bucket. And it's time now for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. We'll be back shortly to get the second half underway.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
What unbelievable postseason action we've got going on so far. This is 2K Sports as we get deeper into round 1 of the playoffs. New York leading against Indiana. They're looking to assert themselves with a key win to take the lead in this series. Carmelo Anthony has had himself an amazing start. The bucket looks about 5 feet wide for him. He hasn't missed one shot. Can you believe it? But the Pacers getting after it as well. And give them credit defensively. They're boxing out, controlling their defensive backboards. Danny Granger with a phenomenal first half. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. That's it for us here in the studio. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back as we get set to continue our coverage of this round one playoff matchup.
What a great game for Granger in this one. He's got 19 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 three-pointers.
Yeah, when he's been able to get squared up and get a good look at the basket, it seems like everything's been going in.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all filled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor right now for the Pacers. George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2. Down low, Weston Hitter, and it's Granger in at the 3. This is his first trip to the line tonight. That free throw good from Granger. Both good from the line that time.
Well, you kind of expect that from him. You pretty much know what the result's going to be when he goes to the line.
Anthony dishes to Stoudemire. The bucket is good, and a chance for one more. This is going to be a David West. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Sure has been. I mean, guys, momentum is hard to come by in this one. I mean, it seems like one team gets the lead, and then the other one storms right back.
Yeah, that is evidenced by the 8 lead changes we've seen so far.
That's good. And it's 6 points for Hill.
And that kind of power move has become a trademark for him.
Outside Anthony. Takes the 3. And again, New York with the triple.
He's a natural scorer. It's that simple. Supreme confidence offensively can beat you from the three-point line. He can get you going to the hole, offensive putbacks. Beautiful mid-range game as well.
And he's not a standstill shooter only. I mean, he's a terrific ball handler. He's able to create space, has deceptive strength. And you talk about degree of difficulty shots, he can make those in spades. I mean, he can stop on a dime and knock it down, and he's got the full arsenal offensively.
And both free throws good for West. The Knicks with the lead. Outside Anthony. Stolen by Granger. Now the Pacers moving it up. Hill leading the charge. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
A lot of noise coming from these fans. Pretty unhappy with that call.
Well, you know, we've got a lot of amateur officials in the crowd, and one of them like
Finding the open man every trip down the floor.
it certainly seems like he's doing that, Steve. I mean, it's been a great passing day for him.
Back to Granger. West right side. The pass to Hill. Outside, George. It's back to Hill. Pocket 4. Granger from outside. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. 26 points for Danny Granger.
They've been good on all 3 of their shots since coming out of the locker room at the break.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if he can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
Randy Martin's checked in for the Knicks. Lon Shumpert is coming for J.R. Smith. And George, here we go, gets it to go. 6 points for David West.
This game has taken on a new feel since halftime.
For sure, the energy level on both sides has gone way up after the break.
Here's Anthony. And again, it's New York.
Well, it seems like when they've gone one, it's really come through. And this is not something they should get away from.
Here's Granger. And that one's good. Granger's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. against Anthony. Left side, Shumpert. And again, New York with the triple.
This seems like they've given up far too many points from the three-point shot today. A lot of open looks out there.
I agree, Steve. The defensive rotations have been abysmal.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. Some changes for Indiana. Bargnani is checked in for Stoudemire. World Peace comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Raymond Felton. Here's Prigioni. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
Pacers trail by 3. Stevenson passes to Johnson. It's Hill on the wing. Beyond the arc. That one falls coming off Johnson's feet.
Seems like guarding him on the perimeter is not a priority for this defense, but it will become one if he continues to knock them down.
World Peace. Good.
That's far too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Well, that's 3 of the last 5 makes, having been behind the three-point line, so got to make some adjustments defensively.
And Stevenson kicks to Johnson. Hill. Back to Johnson. Fires the 3. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
World Peace dishes to Shumpert. Prigioni. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
Yeah, that's twice in a row now where they've done exactly the opposite and backed off.
Dishes to Johnson. Jacks up a 3. From the bucket. Johnson's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Martin, covered by Hibbert. Martin, the pass to Bargnani. And he jams it after taking the... Nice feet on the run. There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go Clark right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
30 seconds left in the third. Martin attacking. Mahinmi on him. Stolen by Stevenson. And that one is hammered. Clark and Steve, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither side. Not really able to create much of a cushion at all. So, which team can make a little run here? We'll see.
15 seconds left in the third quarter. Hill kicks to Stevenson. Tipped. Here's Prigioni. A finger roll finish at the bucket. Prigioni's got 7 points in the game. Here's George. Can't get it to go. It's a tie game in New York. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports.
The deciding game of round 1 in the East. Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks go up against Paul George and the Indiana Pacers. More NBA this Tuesday.
Come on, fans. And we welcome you back to our coverage of round 1 in the NBA playoffs. Now, here's Felton. Stoudemire and Chandler together up front. Hardaway is out there with Felton. And it's Smith in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 for New York right now. And the shot is good.
This has been a terrific contest up to this point. I would guess it's going to stay this way all the way to the end. Great matchup.
Probably so. Neither team wants to give it in.
Hit by West. And it's Granger penetrating. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
It worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Carmelo Anthony is checked in for the Pacers. New York trailing. Smith outside. Felton. Back to Smith. Lets the three fly. Gets it to go. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark and Steve. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win.
You hate to lose it. Boy, after all this energy that both teams have expended, you're right, Clark. This would be a tough one to lose. And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
His performance from long range has been incredible.
I know that was your shot, Steve, and today it's his too.
Hill dishes to Jordan. From behind post. It goes straight through with the switch. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
That's a good shot for him there, but it's kind of puzzling to me that he's not calling for the ball today like he usually does. He has to do more if we're going to pull ahead.
And assists like that have typified their efforts. Great ball movement.
Really an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. He is not happy with their perimeter defense, saying, guys, way too many open shots for them beyond the three-point line. We've got to press up closer and try to crowd them off the arc. Guys, let's see if they got the message.
Thank you, Doris. Hey, guys, let's get your take on the hustle steps for New York.
Boy, they're harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And something else they've excelled at is their interior defense. A lot of blocked shots for them tonight.
That is good. That's now 8 points for David West.
This has really become an intense ball game ever since halftime.
Boy, the effort from both teams here, Steve, is terrific.
The Knicks leading by 3. Dalton working against West, and David West gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game.
First team foul.
On defense, the Pacers. Nice shot by Felton.
This defense is giving their shooters free rein to operate from beyond the arc.
That's right. I think it's time for them to start closing down. You've got to run shooters off that three-point line.
Here's Stevenson. Hibbert. He's guarded by Chandler. Good. And 12 points for Roy Hibbert. New York's gone to three-point range for 12 of their points in the final quarter on 4 of 5 shooting. West with the steal. And there's the call on Felton. That's his first foul.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that trip.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Hill against Felton. And here's Stevenson. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Granger. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Now just a 2-point Knicks lead.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies, be physical. And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
Anthony on the double team. Hibbert, he's guarded by Chandler. Hibbert kicks to Hill. Back to Hibbert. Pass to Hill. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And then Hibbert with the dunk.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Stoudemire goes in. Gets it to go. And the Knicks lead by 5. For Indiana, they've gone 7 of 7 from the field to start the final quarter. What an amazing start. On the wing hill, he's covered by Felton. Hibbert gets the bucket.
You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint.
Anthony, the pass to Stoudemire. And Kalkamaski is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
I really thought they did a better job, a much better job of getting it inside in the first half. They got to get back to throwing it in the paint more here in the second.
Free throw, no good for Stoudemire. Pacers trail by 5. Granger dishes to Hibbert. Back to Granger. Money! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
He has not lost his focus today. Even when things haven't gone his team's way, he's still bringing it.
46 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Anthony with it. 6 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Boy, they've come out of halftime just smoking hot from behind the arc. Hey, trust me on this one, Parker. They are going to continue to let them fly.
And Stoudemire with the block. And an intentional foul right there.
Line for your Knicks, Carmelo Anthony. 2 shots.
It's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Paul George, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. Second one is good. He's looking at the line. It's an 8-point lead. Time going here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're losing by 8. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth. And here's Hill for 3. Again, missing Hill. Here's New York. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Stoudemire kicks to Smith. That drops.
Well, if it wasn't already out of reach, it is now, thanks to this spurt.
Just keep on firing, man. No reason to slow down now.
The 3 from George. And that one's good.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Here's Smith. Missed. So it's New York picking up the win. Both teams played well, but these guys have the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. Now, that'll do it for now. Thanks for watching our coverage of the first round of the NBA playoffs. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Dorsberg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Holland saying so long. We leave you now with our Jordan Player of the Game.
a huge game in game number 5, and now the New York Knicks regain the lead here. Now take the still lead the series 3-2 as Carmelo Anthony got 28.7 assists, J.R. Smith 21.7 assists, and Danny Granger got 35 points. So here's for the New York Knicks breakdown. Carmelo Anthony 28 points, J.R. Smith 21 points, Raymond Felton 12, Maurice Starmar 11, Iman Shumpert 9, Kenya Martin and Pergoni 7, and the rest of the New York Knicks. On the other hand, for the Indiana Pacers, Danny Granger 15, Roy Hibbert 16, George 13, Johnson West are 8, George Hill and CJ Watson only got 6 points, but Hill has 12 assists, and the rest of the Indiana Pacers, as the Knicks fans are regained the lead as they lead the series over the 5 seed Indiana Pacers 3-2 in the series. So here's the bracket right now, and hopefully right now, tomorrow night, looking for the closeout on the road here in Auburn Hills, Michigan. Could be a wrap out here in game number 5 in Detroit. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin, and game 5 we're headed back to Auburn Hills, Michigan. Will John Wall and Bradley Beal of the Washington Wizards, the 6th seed, trying to close out as they lead over the Detroit Pistons 3-1 in the series. We're looking for the closeout, or Pistons trying to go for the extend to force game 6 back in the DC. And the second game we're on, no, there's no second game. Next Wednesday we're off to Chicago, Illinois. Game 5 as well. The series is tied 2-2. The Atlanta Hawks and the Chicago Bulls. Well, the series is tied 2-2. The winner will go to take a 3-2 lead. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as the New York Knicks beat the Indiana Pacers 110 to 103. And more importantly, good news today. The NFL will begin. The NFL upload is back. The predictions, no predictions, season predictions. But instead, it will be NFL Week 1 predictions will begin this September, I believe September 3 or 4. So that will be wrap up career. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as they once again the final score. New York win over Indiana 110 to 103. This is Andre Kenshin. Say so long from Madison Square Garden, New York. We'll see you tomorrow for Game 5. Tuesday, we're off to Palace and Auburn Hills. It's going to be the Washington Wizards and the Detroit Pistons. And that's it. It's out and peace. And good night. Don't forget, reminder, Game 5, Tuesday, we're off to Palace and Auburn Hills in Detroit between the 6th seed Washington Wizards and the 3 seed Detroit Pistons in Game 5 at the Palace and Auburn Hills in Detroit, Auburn Hills, Michigan, where the Wizards really lead the series 3-1, and followed by Wednesday, we're off the United Center in Chicago, where the series is tied 2-2. Game 5 between the 7th seed Atlanta Hawks and the 2 seed Chicago Bulls. The conclusion of Game 5 and Game 6 looking for the closeout. So that's it. It's done, and peace. Good night, and have a wonderful day. Peace, and thanks for watching.